This is WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky Morning start right here on WKYT. Good morning to you. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Tuesday, September 13th. Let's get straight to your headlines this morning.
Our time now 6:31. The husband of a Boyle County woman who police found murdered is now talking about the case, including his teen daughter's possible involvement.
An escaped Knox County inmate is back in police custody this morning, but wait till you find out where police found him hiding.
And support continues to grow for a former UK football player and current Tennessee Titan following his September 11th tribute. A beautiful morning out there going so far, you know?
And of course, September is the time where you don't know from day to day whether it's going to be summer or fall outside.
Yeah, well, in the next few weeks, we're going to have summer and fall. It's going to be fall mornings and then summer afternoons. That's just the way
it's good, though.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. At least we're not dealing with, 13-inch snows and 100-degree.
Thank
goodness.
goodness.
Right? Yeah, here we go. All right, let's check out and see what's going on outside. Early this morning, we're there in the 50s and 60s. Speaking of snow, Yellowstone had snow yesterday. It was pretty remarkable. I put that on my Facebook page last night, and some of you are excited about seeing snow. I don't get it, but you know what? For what you want, there you go. You get the snow coming in the next few months. 59 degrees there in Moorhead, 61 in London. We get into the afternoon. We're at 87 degrees, much warmer day in store. But the temperatures start to die down just a bit as we head throughout your work week. That's because of some clouds moving in and also a cold front. Now, it's not a very impressive cold front, but we're going to be going over that in just a few minutes.
Micah, thank you, and let's get right to the news. It's a case that we have been tracking for nearly 2 weeks here at WKYT News, and now we are hearing from the father of a Boyle County teenager who vanished after her stepmother was found murdered.
Jenna Oakley went missing after her stepmother, Rhonda Oakley, was found dead in her home. Now, days later, police found Jenna and her 20-year-old boyfriend, Kenneth Nye, in New Mexico. Now, Jenna's father is opening up about the case. WKYT's Lauren Miner is at the live desk with the very latest. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, guys. Philip Oakley says his wife of 3 years, Rhonda Oakley, was his soulmate, the perfect mother, nana, and wife. Rhonda was murdered on September 1st in the family's home near Danville and was found by her stepson when returning home from school. Kentucky State Police issued an alert for Philip Oakley's 15-year-old daughter, Jenna, who was missing along with her stepmother's car. Investigators say Jenna and her 20-year-old boyfriend, Kenneth Nye, was found in that stolen car 2 days later in New Mexico. Court documents in New Mexico say dispatchers referred to Jenna as a primary suspect in the homicide, but KSP has not named any suspects. Devastated by his wife's death, Philip Oakley spoke with WDRB in Louisville and had a few things to say about the person who is responsible for his wife's death.
I think the people that did this are monsters, and so I have no pity on them whatsoever.
The sheriff in Quay County, New Mexico, says shortly after Kenneth Nye's arrest, he tried to hang himself while in jail. He was taken to a hospital in Texas where he was placed on a ventilator. There is no word on his condition. Bill, Andrea, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much. And just into our newsroom, a Southern Kentucky mother is now charged with murder after her toddler was killed in a weekend crash. Jessica Warner was driving on Kentucky 379 in Russell County on Saturday when police say she pulled in front of a truck. The crash sent Warner's daughter, 3-year-old Chloe Fortenberry, to the hospital where she died. Warner was released from the hospital last night and again is now charged with murder. Police have not elaborated on the charge. We'll continue to follow up on that story.
A Laurel County couple charged with the death of their 7-week-old daughter will return to court today. Gary and Jessica Nicely both pled not guilty to murder and abuse during their arraignment last week. Investigators say the Nicely's infant daughter died 2 weeks ago from a head injury. The baby's twin sister was also taken to the hospital with injuries. The couple's preliminary hearing is scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning.
In Knox County, an escapee was caught after police say they found him sleeping in a tree. Shane Browning escaped from work release last month. Someone called police over the weekend and told them that Browning was knocking on doors in the Hinkle area. And then one neighbor led deputies to a tree house where they found the escapee right there asleep.
Apparently he had been in this area, but I did not know he was that close to me. You know, that's scary.
Well, after bringing him down out of the tree, Browning is back in the Knox County Detention Center this morning, where he was served several bench warrants.
Police are investigating after a Lexington restaurant employee was robbed by a gunman this morning.
The victim works at the IHOP on Palumbo Drive off New Circle Road there in that area. And WKYT's Mike Byer is live with this crime alert. Mike?
Good morning, Bill. I'm at the IHOP on Palumbo Drive where police say an employee was robbed at gunpoint. Now, police say the employee was out back taking a smoke break just after 3 a.m. when she was approached by a man. Police say that man pulled a gun on her and demanded money. The employee then handed over her personal hard-earned tip money to the thief, who then fled the scene on foot. Now, the description of the suspect is somewhat limited. Police say he's a skinny man standing at 5'7". They say he was wearing a gray hoodie and jeans. Police used a canine in an effort to track him down, but had no luck doing so. Although the employee is shaken up from being robbed at gunpoint, the good news out of this, she was not hurt. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Lexington police are still looking for two men this morning who they say stole a car at gunpoint. It happened outside a home on Elmwood Drive in the Joyland neighborhood. The victim says the two men walked up, pointed a gun at him, and demanded his car. Police say one of the robbers drove off in the car while the other ran away. The victim thankfully wasn't hurt. Police say they're looking for a white Mazda with Pennsylvania license plates.
Follow up on a story that a lot of people were talking about yesterday. We're learning some more about what led to a shooting that killed a 3-year-old boy in Louisville.
It happened at an apartment in the city's Algonquin neighborhood. Police say the boy, Anthony Wells, found a loaded gun that had been hidden behind a television, and he started playing with it. At some point, police say the boy accidentally shot himself. He later died at the hospital. Police have not filed any charges at this point. They say they want to review the case with the Commonwealth's attorney.
Police at Western Kentucky University are now investigating after someone has been leaving racist notes at an assistant dean's office. Michelle Jones is also a professor at Western. She says the notes have been left under her office door. And at this point, she says she doesn't know who wrote them.
One of them pretty much told me to take my black back to Africa so that America and South Campus could be great again.
In a statement, the university's president said the campus has zero tolerance for any actions that degrade, discriminate against, or belittle others. Jones says many people on campus have reached out saying that they support her. Western's campus police say they don't have any suspects at this time. Governor Matt Bevin has raised some eyebrows with some remarks made at a conservative forum in Washington. When talking about protecting conservative values, the Republican governor of the Commonwealth here said people might have to fight for them physically. The governor's comments were made Saturday at the Value Voters Conference in D.C. The Herald leader says when Bevin was asked to clarify his comments, he said he was talking about military sacrifice. Well, a little boy in New York is recovering after being injured when a Samsung Galaxy 7 burst into flames.
We've been warning people about it all week, and now you see why. Authorities say the 6-year-old was watching videos on his grandmother's smartphone when it exploded. Family members say the boy is thankfully expected to be okay, but he did suffer second-degree burns to his hands. Now, Samsung hasn't said if this was the first reported injury from the defective phones, but the tech company does say they've received at least 35 reports of the lithium batteries exploding since recalling the smartphones 2 weeks ago. The Kentucky Judicial Conduct Commission has suspended a Fayette County family court judge for 7 days without pay. It comes after the commission ruled Kathy Stein violated ethics rules in a custody case. The commissioner says last year, an attorney for the father in that custody case asked Stein to grant the father immediate temporary custody of the child. The commission says Stein agreed without holding a hearing or giving the mother a chance to respond. Investigators say the father then took the child to Mississippi and stayed until the State Court of Appeals ordered the child be returned to Kentucky.
Kentucky U.S. Senator Rand Paul has introduced an amendment that he says would help cities that rely on Lake Cumberland as their water source. It's an amendment to the Water Resources Development Act. It would prevent the Army Corps of Engineers from charging 11 cities and businesses that get their water from the lake a one-time user fee. And they would also not have to pay annual operation and maintenance fees. Senator Paul says he's trying to prevent the government from placing more financial burdens on those cities families and businesses.
Now to another story getting a lot of attention this morning. Despite breaking NFL rules, former UK football player and current Tennessee Titan Avery Williamson is now receiving support for his decision to honor the lives lost in the September 11th attacks.
Williamson made headlines for breaking the NFL's uniform policy to wear a pair of custom-made patriotic cleats made by a Lexington man. This was during Sunday's game. While the decision could get him fined by the league, Williamson is now seeing a lot of support for his patriotic tribute. Several different New York and New Jersey police associations have come forward saying they'll pay the fine if it happens. Titans coach Mike Mularkey also said he would take care of any fines. Williamson's patriotic cleats have since been put up for auction, with proceeds going to the Operation Warrior Wishes. And it'll just be interesting to see if the NFL does follow through with this potential fines.
And of course, he'll be covered no matter what everybody's offering to help him pay for it. So
exactly.
Yeah. Now it's time to get a check on how traffic is moving this morning.
Now let's go out and check in with Officer Don, live drive traffic. He's at 98.1 The Bull. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, just check the inner loop of the circle at Tate's Creek. Turned out it's a stalled car on the exit ramp, not a wreck. So there's plenty of room to get past that on the circle. Let's get a look outside. We'll show you what's happening as far as traffic flow this morning. No major issues to deal with on the interstate between the northern and southern splits were okay. Also on 64 between Lexington and Winchester should be a normal ride in for you so far. Drive times to Nicholasville 12 minutes, or from Nicholasville from Georgetown about 20. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, and there we can see the early hints of daylight out there this morning. Looking good. Get the latest traffic and weather info anytime with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. It's free. You download it in the app or the Google Play stores. More news coming up on WKYT here on your Tuesday morning.
A country music superstar sheds light on an amazing act of kindness. The heartwarming story right after the break.
And we have that huge dome of higher pressure just to the southeast of us. It's going to funnel in some moisture, and here comes our next cold front. I'll show you when that arrives coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We're in the 50s and 60s early this morning. Good morning to you guys. If you're about to take off, all looks well for you. I don't see any problems whatsoever. Haven't heard of anything on the roadways either. We're at 59 degrees in Moorhead. That's over Flemingsburg Road and I-64. Interchange there. London looks good on 75. Lexington, not all that bad, overlooking Hamburg, and Frankfurt coming in looking just fine there in Franklin County. Now, we go into your afternoon, and like I was saying earlier, we can't rule out a 10% chance of rain far southeastern Kentucky. That's it. The rest of us stay dry. We're sitting there in the mid to even some upper 80s. It's going to be pretty warm today, and you will feel that in the air. You'll feel the change. Once we approach tomorrow, look at the clouds starting to appear, and typically when you start seeing clouds appear, something is on its way, and here you go toward the afternoon. Small chance of rain. There's really not a good chance, and as we track into your afternoon off into the evening hours, we'll call it a small chance of rain Wednesday and on Friday. Not so much Thursday. Thursday looks pretty good, but Wednesday and Friday, the rest of the work week, those are your chances of rain, but they're very, very small. Let's go in towards your weekend, because that's where a big blast and cold front comes rolling on in. And it will cover a large portion of our real estate. Now, let me tell you this. The difference from this system, there's two differences from the system. Number one, it's going to drop our temperatures big time there when the rain arrives. Last weekend, Saturday was a little warm and humid. Not this Saturday. We'll be there in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. Number two is, here's the big player with this. This is not a line of storms moving through like we had on Saturday. Saturday, they last, an hour or two, and then they moved on. So most of your day was actually dry until those storms rolled on in. But this is more of a massive rain moving on in. So there's really not a set timing, meaning I can't give you a 3-hour window right now. I'll say afternoon and evening looks like the best bet. So those 5Ks during the morning there on Saturday mornings, any festivals going on, it's probably the time you'll want to go out. But just have a backup plan. And don't hold me to this on Saturday. Don't go on Saturday. Micah, you said on Tuesday that it was going to be afternoon and evening. Remember, things change along the way, so keep with us right here on WKYT. That weekend rain will be with us. Heavy rainfall expected, too. Hey, don't forget, you can tweet me all your pictures. Hop on Twitter right now on your phone, Micah Harris WX. Look me up. Send me these pictures. I always show them off in the morning hours. Love showing these. My morning view at Burnside Marina. This was yesterday morning. Gorgeous shot there. That is from Love Callaway. Shonda Mount sending that one in. We appreciate it very much down south. 7-day forecast. Here's your look. Like I said, Wednesday and Friday, your better opportunities of rain during the work week, but even those are relatively small. We're talking 30%. Going towards Saturday and Sunday, that is your best chance of rain. We're still 5 to 6 days out, so things will change. And I'm guessing if anything changes, it's not so much the moisture content. We will see rain, but it might be the timing. Could get it through here on Saturday, and then maybe not much on Sunday. We'll just see how that works out as we get closer.
That was a great shot from Burnside.
You get the prettiest pictures. You really do.
The town that was moved to higher ground when they built Lake Cumberland, by the way. It was down in that, where the lake is now.
Oh, yeah.
It was moved up.
Beautiful.
That's pretty interesting. All right, 6:49 is our time this morning.
Well, this next story might bring a tear to your eye, but it's the good kind. A Nashville high school teacher who's battling cancer received an amazing outpouring of support with this surprise from his students. Take a look.
That was the scene outside the Ben Ellis home when the entire student body from his school, more than 400 strong, came there to sing to him. The moving video was posted online by country music superstar Tim McGraw, who said he was tipped off by a friend who wanted to share the act of kindness, and share it he did. In just a couple of days, the video has had more than 18 million views on Facebook. What a tribute.
Oh, yeah. That type of reach is amazing, too, that 18 million people got to see it, and it was beautiful.
Right,
Yeah.
and it never gets old,
No.
that kind of kindness. 6:50 is our time. It's 10 till 7 on your Tuesday morning as you rise and shine and hop to it on this brand new day.
We've got more news for you when we return.
Coming up, Charlie talks with former President Bill Clinton about Hillary Clinton's health and the tight race against Donald Trump. Plus how airlines are responding to the risk of exploding batteries in electronic devices. More real news coming up on CBS This Morning, next.
Welcome back to WKYT this morning. The time now is 6:53. An overnight robbery in Lexington and a Southern Kentucky police chief's son was shot and killed. Those are just some of the stories making headlines this morning. Bill has a look at what's trending on the web.
Well, yeah, that robbery happened early this morning outside the IHOP on Palumbo Drive there at New Circle. Police say an employee was taking a break when a gunman stole her tip money. She was visibly shaken up but was not hurt, and police are still looking for the robber this morning. Check out our story on WKYT.com about the son of a police chief in Clinton County who was killed in a shooting. We're adding some additional details. And our most clicked on story this morning, we told you about it right here on WKYT This Morning yesterday. A woman in Pennsylvania hit in the face by a falling catfish, apparently dropped by a bird. So we have that for you on WKYT.com, the video and all the latest news right there on our website. Check it out throughout the day.
You can't blame him. That was an interesting story. Well, embattled Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte is a trending topic as well on Twitter this morning, and news of two protesters rushing him on the stage during a live TV performance. It's going viral. Hannah Daniels has the latest.
Two men seen here being taken down and subdued are under arrest for rushing the stage after swimmer Ryan Lochte's performance on Dancing with the Stars.
You brought your best to this ballroom.
Lochte and his partner had just finished up their dancing debut, and while Carrie-Ann Inaba was judging their routine, viewers at home saw this.
Excuse me. Hey, back off. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Off.
ABC cameras did not show the actual incident, but host Tom Bergeron addressed the interruption after quickly cutting to commercial break, getting Lochte's reaction.
So many feelings are going through my head right now. A little hurt, but I came out here. I wanted to do something that I'm completely not comfortable with, and I did. And I came out here with a big smile, and I had the best dance partner.
Police say the suspects, both men in their 40s, had tickets to be in the audience and changed their clothes to display anti-Lochte t-shirts once they got inside.
They were wearing white shirts that had Lochte's last name on it with a zero with an X. So it was just insane. And then 4 other women were behind them as well.
Lochte joined the cast of the show after admitting he over-exaggerated claims he and 3 of his teammates were robbed at gunpoint during the Summer Olympic Games in Rio. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Well, truth is stranger than fiction,
It really is. You can't make this stuff up.
Who could imagine that, right? We want to check in with Micah. Start to a beautiful day. We're just a few minutes away from a local sunrise. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, it looks good out there over toward the east. Remember, east, you start to get the sunrise earlier than everybody else, and it's a beautiful shot in Moorhead and Rowan County. London Corbin area looks just fine. Haven't heard of any issues there on the roadways as well as you're taking off. 87 degrees by the afternoon. It is warmer. Each and every single day it's warmer than yesterday, and you will feel it in the air. But at least we're staying dry. It's still a beautiful shot outside early this morning and also toward this afternoon. Guys, the next best chance to rain Wednesday and Friday, but those are still small chances.
Okay. Nobody's more up to date than you to start your day because you chose WKYT for your first look at the day.
CBS This Morning is next. Thanks for being with us.